Yes, people, and we're back with another episode of Life of Entertainer. That's one of my key lines. Theo Stretch Lewis here, the guy to my left.
Man like Coldsteps,
Needs
man of the house. Don't know.
Needs no introduction because he's made his name as a photographer, being a part of popular brands and performed at popular events, and one of the most recognised hosts in the funky scene, isn't it? You could say that.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
All-round host, man. All-round
That's
host,
the thing. So yeah, I brought him along here to pick his brain, you know. You get me? Like, you know what we're gonna say. You know how these life entertainers go. So you know what? Let's just get straight to the point. Steps, tell us about yourself. How did it start for yourself?
Boy, Coldsteps started from a photographer, even from younger than that.
Yeah.
From way back garage days,
Yeah.
younger than that. Carrying my brother's record box, them kind of things, pirate radio stations,
Yes.
So Solid, that kind of generation. For me, that was my inspiration to music.
Yeah.
You get me? That was my insight. Living Legends, Neutrino, Billy the Kid, Big Kid. That for me, that was my, yeah.
Was that like old school garage days?
Yeah, it's also garage days. I used to do under 18s,
Yeah.
Fantasia, all them under 18s. You get me?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man.
That's all good. That's how you got your name, got yourself involved, and you started doing the photography around about the time, innit?
Yeah, photography was like about 2004, 2005 when I got a job as a lab consultant, and I just saw the photography thing. I was constantly around the visuals, so I thought to myself, right, I like this. You get me? And then obviously after that, remember during that stage, that was the transition period from garage to grime, and grime wasn't really my thing.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, you know, it's either you do a career job or you kind of fade away, and I didn't really want to do that, so I just picked up the camera and started doing my photography.
Oh yeah, which manifested into the host, say right about 2008.
Nah, about 2006, 2007, started off as like messing about, 'cause remember, house was just coming about, it was funky / house, and basically it was just coming about, and certain little times I used to just pick up the mic in a rave as a photographer, and like shut down. And when I first said I will be there on the mic one time, and I'll never forget the reaction, it was in Shadans, and it was just like, from then I just said, I'm gonna do this properly.
No, okay. So, that's all right then. So tell us the era of the funky scene, which manifested more into the current, into the now then. So tell us how that all manifested for you.
Well, the funky scene for me, what started when it was 2007, Iron Upper. A guy called Ibs, got a bigger Iron Upper Ibs every single time, called me and said, yo, I want to bring you to Iron Upper. Want you to do some of your brands, want you to come out here and do some promo work, get you on the mic, do some things, like if you got a DJ and whatnot. At the time, we was rolling heavy with me and J Knox, play Ents, like big up each and every time. Went over there, done our brand, like I will be there, went off. And from then, we just never ever really looked back. Coming to this scene, like, you know, it changed every year. 2007 was different. 2008 was different, and it was like a seasonal thing. Like Napa was one of them things from old school. People used to just proper look forward to it. And then I think it just got a bit saturated. Like
I do agree.
It got a bit saturated in terms of the MCs. 2008 was the year of the MCs. 2009 the year of the MCs. 2010 people wanted that little bit more music. They wanted less Royal Rumble, 20 MCs on the stage. That era kind of went. Do you get what I'm saying? And people were more hungry for the beats, hungry for the music, to like feel the music. And do you get what I'm saying? And that's why obviously some DJs, they started screaming the no MC, no like host over house, like all of that.
Did that affect you in any form of way?
Well, yeah, like it's affected everyone. Like if any host is gonna sit down and say, they still get booked every Saturday, then they're chatting shit. Like real talk. Like it's affected all of us, innit? Like at the end of the day, we're hosts. If let's say, for example, the leaders of the scene say no host, you got the sheep that will follow and say no host. Do you get what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's down to the promoter. And that was my grievance with a lot of people. Like, it's down to the promoter, who the promoter wants to book. Who are you to say, I'm not gonna play if you book hosts? Like, that's some diva mentality. And that will not help to progress our scene. Nowhere, like that's diva-ish.
Yeah.
Man need to drop that out, man. I'm a big man out here.
Switch. Shake that body. 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 Shake that body.
Oh gosh.
Shake that body.
What, you want me to give them the famous skip stretch?
Shake that body.
Don't let me get them. Yo, don't piss me off. Yo, I invented that one, you know. Behave yourself. Yeah, man, trust me, it's a feeling. Right now, all about the music. Charlie J. Coldsteps. Who is it? This is the Brothers House.
That body. That body. That body. That body. That body.
All right, the next one.
Boy, that's the thing. I do believe that hosts, I do like some hosts, but some hosts are bad, and they did affect the scene. And
No, they did, because they don't know when to shut up. That's the realness. Like, that's the difference between a professional and an amateur and a karaoke host and them things.
Yeah.
You want to come on the mic, like, look, I went on the mic and I said a rude word on the mic and I said, yeah, tell the DJ, fuck off. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Everybody used to say fuck off anyway when you hear a big tune.
Yeah.
I just implemented that.
Yeah.
And it's a vibe. It's a vibe. When you're in a rave and you got thousands of people screaming back at you, putting up their middle finger saying fuck off, it's a good vibe. Yeah, it's a swear word. You might think it's negative. I call it vibes.
Yeah.
You get me? And I just see like a lot of hosts, they're not original with their thing. They're not, all right, let me try a different angle, or let me try a different approach. They're just very like follow fashion. It's like, yeah, let me be a sheep. All right, cool, let me say fuck off on the mic as well. Let me do this, let me do that. And then what it is, they're charging cheaper than what I'm charging, and then the promoter will book them. Because it's like, raw, let's book a karaoke MC or let's book a karaoke host. I get it all the time, people saying, oh, man, spitting your bars. Bruv, I don't have bars. I'm a hooks man. Yeah, that's it. I got hooks for days. Yeah, I can sit down and make hooks like that. I got hooks for days. The scene's changed. It's changed drastically. And at the end of the day, if we don't change ourselves and look to the bigger picture, it's just gonna crash like everything else does.
The scene is controversial with the whole. I don't know. I like my fair share as a host. I like Frost. Frost is
Frost is banging, man. Yeah, man.
So there's Mr. Funky Frost.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Frost, and I also like Gemini.
No, Gemini proper. Uncle Gemini big up every time. So them man, they like embraced man and took man under the wing.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand before when they used to get onto me
Yeah.
and say certain things. And I used to never understand. I used to think, right, these man are on me. Like, why are they so like? And now I realise it takes time, innit? Like, you develop as whatever your talent is, you develop, and you realise that, raw, all this time, when Tipper was getting on to me saying, raw, control the scene, rare. When them man are saying, raw, them funky youths are getting out of control. When man was saying them things, I understand now.
Yeah.
Because now we're in the position where a lot of people are struggling.
It is a struggle.
So a lot of people are struggling, bro.
Oh yeah, but saying that, how have you maintained that longevity then?
All right, so cool. If a promoter doesn't want to book a host, it's not a problem. Like at the end of the day, right now I'm working with my brother Charlie J. We're part of a collective, the Brothers House.
Yeah.
We've got our record label.
Yeah.
We're doing things. If you don't want to book a host, you can still book my DJ. If you're a real supporter, if you're really supporting Coldsteps, the Brothers House, the movement, what I've put into the scene for the last 10 years, if you're really supporting that, then do you know what? You can book a DJ. You get me? I don't have to go on the mic because you're still promoting the Brothers House brand. You're still helping us to fly that flag. And in turn, we will give that back to the scene. And we will promote and bring new people to actually that maybe they haven't heard house or they want an introduction to house. There's still a group of ravers that are in the transition right now. Yeah. They don't know. They was funky, die hard. Right? House came about. They don't know whether they want to go proper house, whatever, or back to R&B, stroke bashment or whatever. So there's a lot of people in limbo, and that's what I say. These are the kind of people that look up to us and say, "Rah, where are these man going? What direction are these man going?" Because this is who I grew up listening to. So for example, I grew up listening to Heartless in school with my headphone down my sleeve like that, and I'm listening to Heartless, Clashing, Soul Solid, and all them things. For me, I look up to them and I say anything that they've got, I will push anything that they've got because they help to build the scene.
What they like with you saying that?
Boy, I don't know. Like at the end of the day, I see that everyone's different, innit? I see everyone appreciates in their own way. Everybody shows appreciation in their own way. Like for example, I might have a different relationship with one promoter, and you know, he proper looks after man. Like when I go to them, when I play in Southend, for example, I go there. You know, I got my guests. I could have 3 guests with me, whatever. It's not a problem. I get looked after. I get my little area. We get our little drinks. We get our drinks tokens.
You get looked after and
that's
all that.
What a promoter. I don't mind pushing out. So if a promoter says to me, "Raw, Steps, we've had a bad day. You know, like, what can you take?" I will never ever, like, be vexed or have to go on Twitter and rant or go on Instagram and cuss a man and tell a man suck his mum because you've dealt with me correct.
Yeah.
And I'm coming there, you're providing a nice environment, and that's what promoters need to do, man. Just look after their DJs, everything will be blessed, man.
Saying that, I know you lot got productions, you and Charlie J.
Yeah,
I listened to them on SoundCloud and that, so I was like...
These mugs told me that we can't MC over house. Who made the rules? Who's the rule book maker? Wankers. At the end of the day, put my mind to something else, alright? You don't want me to host over house. I'm not gonna give up because you said you don't want to host. I'm not begging to host on your set. But there's some of these guys, example, Sarah Alba, I will call his name. Wow. He's come to the scene. He's played, they booked these headlines, he's come to the scene. When it's an urban rave, as they want to call it, they've segregated house, white house, urban house, whatever. He's come to an urban house event and he's played a set and he's been lost.
Well, saying that, we're from the urban scene, innit? I embrace my culture, innit? So obviously when it comes down to that, it's different when someone else comes from a different circuit. It's like, it's no different to the Essex circuit, and when they come down to our sort of events, or going to a Shoreditch circuit, it's all different. But our scene, people don't know how to really to connect with that scene. Really.
But what it is, our scene is our scene. The sooner people realise that our scene is our scene and we built it, look at all the other scenes, for example. They built their scene and they're maintaining. Their circle is tight. Our scene, you see what our mistake is? We brought too much people in. Now you try and go and try and play dubstep now and get into the dubstep circuit. Try and get into that circle and you see what happens. This is the point. We're the only scene that bring in outsiders, to fuck shit up. And when they're done fucking shit up, they're gone again, and we're left to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, man, can't forget man like GGB. They got man like Truce. How you mean?
Like we always do.
One, we got the big mic man, Frost. Foundation. Bosh. Yeah, man, we like it. Don't forget, if you're on the Instagram, on the Twitter, follow us at Brothers House UK. Also check us out on the SoundCloud. www.soundcloud.com / The Brothers House. Check out some of our productions. Feel it.
I think the scene's also based on character as well.
I think the scene's based on a lot of egos. Like,
would you say you have an ego?
Yeah, I do. I've got a very big ego, but at the same time, I have an ego when I need to have an ego because I know that I've achieved certain things, and I will not have anybody put me down and tell me that I haven't I haven't grafted because I haven't just come. Some of these man just come, just started. They're not even DJs, they're producers, and I listen to them and it's a headache. Pots and pans all over the gaff. But because you're a producer, you might have a big tune at the moment. You're forced. Your record label are forcing you to DJ, which is making the quality of the rave shit. I would rather listen to someone I've kind of heard coming up. You get me? For example, you. Like I've heard you from way back. I'd rather hear you do. Do you get me? I'd rather hear us and say, "Right, I can appreciate that." But these guys, they're producing tunes. They're coming to raves. They're mixing sloppy. For a promoter, you're paying over the odds for these guys.
Yeah, I know.
And you're not looking after the foundation. Who made it?
It's true, because you know what it is? There's a subject that you're strong about, which is very we have to discuss now, which is the DJs changing their names. Now, obviously, I'll be honest, I used to be called Tall Man Stretch, and obviously I will do my interview of why I changed my name. You get me? But I want to know your personal opinions about why DJs or like anyone that changes their name, and why have you kept your name still in this climate, today's climate, I should say.
Wait, to answer that very short, yourself, is a brand. Yeah. You build yourself as a brand. Yeah. Now, a lot of these guys won't understand, and they try to force. If you want to be accepted in this scene, you have to change your name, which a lot of sheep did. But for me, I built my brand over like 7-8 years ago. Yeah. People know Coldsteps. People know I will be there. People know the things I'm associated to. Brit Jam, the Brothers House. People know these things, and I see building yourself. I built myself as a brand. If I now change my name to my government name, which all of these guys are doing, changing their name to the government name. So your name used to be whatever, you change it to your government name on a flyer. All of a sudden, for me, people won't recognize that.
Okay.
None of my followers, none of my supporters recognize that. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not for it. I'm not for building a brand and changing your name. That's up to you. If you're new to the scene and you're trying to break into this current house scene, it will work for you because nobody didn't know you in the first place.
True.
But don't get on to me about changing my name when I've been in this 8 years deep. You get me? And then all of a sudden you want me to change my name. And as a promoter's telling me, I'm going to put this on my flyer. Nah, bruv, don't book me.
Do you feel typecasted as a funky MC then?
Well, yeah, I do, because that's where I've came from. But at the same time, I'm not just a funky MC. Like, I'm an all-rounder. Like, at the end of the day, I do promotions. I do so many different things. We produce. Like, I've got my hand in the DJing pie. Like, I'm doing a lot of things. So it's not just
you can DJ as well.
It's not just you're a funky MC. It's that I know how to entertain a crowd.
Yeah. So you're an entertainer.
I'm an entertainer. I know how to entertain a crowd. For example, this summer I was in Jamaica at Dreams Weekend, entertaining 3,000 people. Yeah. Now, there was not any type of deep house. There was not any type of funky. It was just bait tunes, like party hard and that, to get them into it. Remember, these people are coming from America and they don't necessarily know about our type of music. So when it comes to that, it's like, you know, you're entertaining different people, and from you can keep the crowd, you're an entertainer. I wouldn't say that I'm a funky MC. And all you promoters out there screaming that funky MC, or he's associated, we don't want that kind of people in our rave. What you have to understand is that these are the people that are waiting to cross over. They're waiting for a direction to go in. So, as I said, I'm not changing my name. Till I retire, I will be Coldsteps.
You know, you put in graph. And like I said, I'm going to do my interview when I tell you why I changed my name and all of that. But yeah, it's arguable, it's debatable, because some people can change their name, But obviously, I'm just talking on like a mutual perspective, innit?
Alright, let me give you an example. Sorry to cut you straight. Let me give you an example. One person, that it works for, is Lance Morgan. For me.
Alright, cool.
For me. The reason why, Lance Morgan used to be called Lance Thunder Dance. For me,
I know.
For me, at that generation, it works. It works, Yeah, man's on that. Thunder Dance, are you mad? Yeah. When you get mature, we get older. Yeah. We don't stay 19, 20 forever. We get older. Some of us are big men, mortgages, families. Like, we get older, we mature. So for Lance Morgan, it worked. He done it at the right time. He realised that his audience, he saw what his audience was. Yeah. He done it for him, and it worked. And for now, he's branding himself. And he's branding himself, and he's made that, and it's working for him.
That just sums up what I was gonna say, because it's all about branding. If you can make it work for you, then do it. But if it doesn't work,
why change your name if you're not gonna brand yourself?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. People don't really have that marketing incentive where they change their name to blend in, but then they just kill their own pushes. You get me? And it puts them in a bigger run.
Every man is straight and clean, boss a blank. Every man is straight and clean, boss a blank. Every man is straight and clean, boss a blank. Every man is straight and clean, boss a blank. Every man is straight and clean, boss a blank. Every man is straight and clean, boss a blank. Every man is straight and clean, boss a blank. Every man is straight and clean, boss a blank. 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 Boss a blank.
Hey, Stretch, I'm gonna show them why we're different.
Straight and clean. Straight and clean. Straight and clean. Clean, 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 clean.
As well as making our own, we experiment with others. Yeah? Shout to all the producers. Big up. Spread your music worldwide. Right now, this tune is firing in Jamaica right now. Everyone wants it, everyone.
I'm gonna be honest with you, This is just real talk. If I pick up a flyer now, I don't know who's who.
It's turned into a big shuffle now, isn't it?
That's the realness. I don't know who's this person. I don't know, bruv. I've never cared to know. There's some DJs I've never ever asked their government name, and I never will. Yeah. Like, I will just call you. Like, there's some people that don't know my government name. Yeah. You don't need to ask. Just understand that we're working in a scene and we're trying to build this scene and we're trying to make. Do you know what? People go out and have a good time. Yeah. You know when people go home and say, "Raw, that rave was sick," you know? Yeah. I can't remember the last time. I think I went to one of the raves with the first Other Word. Where is it? Cargo. Yeah. Bruv, I had such a good time. Like in terms of
I was on that one.
the scene was united. Like me and Waity done the last set, and it was like, bruv, this was like Ibiza. It's like we don't need to go and beg and be a part of someone else's scene. We have all of this in front of us.
Yeah, that is true. Do you know what? Going off the other word, send that to Casper and Christy. I have to get them on this one. But yeah, like it's a good event, and I know what you mean because I was actually on that event.
It's just sad. It's just sad that the directions that the scene has gone in. For example, you know, it's gone. There's a white house scene and a black house scene. Yeah. So does your skin color now determine your talent or where you can play, or can you play a certain genre of music to a certain color of people? And that's how these people are making it. It's like, do you want to be part of the white house scene or the black house scene? You're on the wrong side of the fence. Blood, I want to play music. I want to entertain people. That's my job. Do you get what I'm saying? So, as I said, to stay current, yeah, you just got to do things that make you stay current. Put your finger in other pies. Do things, you know, you got the Brit Jam thing going on. Big up the whole of the Brit Jam family. You know, we've been doing that for 6 years now. When stuff dries up in the DJ world and the hosting world, you know, you got to have a 9 to 5. You got to be grafting. You got to be making that money. Like, don't ever feel shy or feel like ashamed. Like, because I'm a DJ, I don't have to work. Yeah, no, man. It starts with us, man. We need to change ourselves and our thinking. You get me? And a lot of people's thinking they're on a sheep mentality. Like, they're very sheepish. Anything that someone does, yeah, I'm gonna do.
I hear that.
And it doesn't work for everyone. So it works for some people. It doesn't work for everyone.
Saying that, yeah. So what is to have come in the next 6 months of Coldsteps and the Brother House looking forward then? You get me? Because
in the next 6 months, right, for example, we've got Brit Jam coming up again in March. Yeah. Production wise, obviously we've registered our label now, the Brothers House Productions. Yeah. Obviously we've got Charlie J grafting, putting out the mixes, putting out the work. On the backside of that, it's like, you know, behind the scenes, it's more Instagram promo, like reaching out to people, like not just sending out a broadcast saying this is what we're doing. Yeah. Like reaching out to people, like other DJs, other promoters that are willing to work, are willing to come into the studio and build and put ideas together. But I feel like everybody's focus is just solely like, oh, how much am I getting paid? What's in it for me? I. And there's no I in the word team. So if it's like, you see a man's graft and you see a man's working, and he might not be big, you know, but he's trying. Yeah. And that's something that I will reach out to people that are less big. Like, you won't catch me calling the Radfords or the big DJs or whatever. You won't catch me calling them, begging them for nothing, because that's not in my nature. I see people that graft, come up through the ranks, do their thing. You get me? I don't jump on people's hype and be like, yeah, let me be a part of this, let me be a part of that, which a lot of hosts do. A lot of hosts do jump on DJs and think that now, I'm that DJ's official host. When that DJ is screaming, like, he don't want no host. Nah, hey. Do you get what I'm saying? So, as I said, man, for the Brothers House, 2015, for the rest of 2014, I don't even say 2015's our year, because every year's our year. Yeah. Do you get me? Every year we do something different. Every year we put in graft. Every year we do something that's positive. And that we put a positive message to the people. And you know what? I rant a bit too much. But now, obviously now...
It's the platform to speak on.
Now I've learned to kind of... I've learned to control my ranting. Where before my mouth was foul, I'll tell man, suck your granny, all them things. Ooh. I'm kind of being a more...
So vocal, ain't you?
But now I'm being a bit more, what's the word, a bit more professional. Because I feel like my anger, when I switch and when I get mad with people, they don't listen. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? They just think, Steps, mixed race Kanye, he's just having a go, whatever. But now I've kind of like done research, I've got a bit of knowledge, and I see that people are putting in effort. Yeah. DJs are putting in effort, but they're not getting the respect that they should be getting. They're not getting the booking. Like £40 DJs, like selling yourself out. Might as well sell your soul.
Madness.
You get me? If you're gonna go and play for free, if you want to build a profile, it's better you say to the promoter, look, I'm trying to build a profile for myself. I don't mind doing the first couple for free. We've all played for free. If you can ever, any DJ out there, I've never played for free. Chat shit. Chat is shit. We've all grafted. We've all played for free. There's certain bookings that benefit you. You know this. There's certain things that benefit you in the long run. Yeah. That £200 that you would have got paid, you made £1,000 from that. From that one booking.
It's good to say that you're a good businessman and you've really studied how to come across. It took you like a lot of time to get involved, but
it's just time. It's just timing. It's just timing and having people around you. Like I don't have yes man around me. People that are gonna say, Steps, that's bad, because I have people around me that's gonna make me check myself every now and again. You get me? Every now and again say, Steps, you're going in a bit too much on the Insta. Pipe it down a bit. You get me? Like you got youths and them things like you have to have people around you that make you check yourself. Otherwise, you can run away with the scene and get caught in the hype and the he said, she said, and all that. I don't do it, bro.
That is true.
I don't do it. It's long. You might as well just speak your mind. If you got something to say, speak your mind. And a lot of these guys out here, they're not vocal enough. Like, speak your mind. You want to talk behind closed doors, talk about this man, that man, or this man thinks they're this, and Majesty's this. And brother, I hear people all the time, brother. I'm a man, I will shut man down and say, blood, don't come to me with that negative. But brother, I saw Majesty's journey. Yeah, I saw when Majesty was playing house music and everybody was playing funky and nobody was paying attention. I saw that journey and man stuck at it. Longevity. Yeah. And look at it now. So that's why I will sit down and every single audio whore I get on my phone, every single thing I see, and I will clap. And every single audio whore I see with thousands of people jumping up and down, I will clap and I will say round of applause. Yeah, Stephen C, big up, Cheeky, you don't know. Like,
I'll give them that. But saying that, what's to look for you then? Saying that in events range, because you also have done events.
Boy, events, yeah. For me, it's a lot of effort, yeah, and that's something I'm not scared of. However, in the current situation, in the current economic crisis that we're in right now, in the rave scene, yeah, I'm not taking no talk. Everybody's in the economic crisis right now. Yeah, because we missed credit crunch. When everybody was screaming credit crunch, we weren't screaming no credit crunch. And now we're feeling the pinch. Do you get what I'm saying? Where these people were investing and doing whatever, we weren't doing that. We were out popping bottles, thinking about Saturday night, not investing for the future. So now, the scene is diabolical, and it does need help. Yeah, for me, I can't see myself doing raves for the house scene. Because the house scene is not accepting of me. So I can't see myself putting that work in, that graft into people that are not going to appreciate my time. And that's the most precious thing. Not my money, not my image, my time. That's the most precious thing right now.
Yeah, and I have to actually wrap it up on that one when you say time. Because you know what? I fully believe in what you're saying as well. I do agree, but also the time.
Yeah, the time, no, definitely.
But obviously, how can they contact you?
We're on the Instagram at Brothers House UK. Yeah, we're on the SoundCloud at Brothers House. But it's a good look, man. It's a good look. We're doing stuff, and at the end of the day, we do it because we love it. We're not in this for like, we want to get paid. Everyone wants to make money, but we're not in this to make a quick £40 or £50. Longevity. Do you get me? Like, longevity.
That's the message to the youths and anyone else getting involved.
Yeah,
longevity.
Man. Definitely, man. Just keep focused. Don't let anyone ever tell you you can't. Because you see, the more promoters tell me I can't, the more I will go to the raves and pick up the mic and say I can. You get me? Because if you book me and you're telling me, oh yeah, I don't want no host, and I see the rave is flat, my job is to pick the people up. As a promoter, you should thank me. You shouldn't be fighting against me. Oh yeah, no host. Sarah Alba said he doesn't want no host, but the rave is just flat. Everybody's standing there. You've lost the ravers. I pick up the mic and I say, come on, let me see hands in the air. Come on, I'm an entertainer. Everybody start. You get me?
Yeah, I hate
everybody's high and everybody's like, you get me? Come on, man.
Definitely. Because the host's game, definitely, it's gonna look good for everyone. Trust me.
It's gonna come full circle, by the way, because promoters have been calling me up, asking me to do funky sets. So it's gonna come full circle where, you know, people are getting bored. Ravers are getting bored. Phone calls, WhatsApp. Oh, another house rave, dead. Shufflers, girls in tight dresses and Converse, dead. So, you know, for me, do other stuff. I do stuff in the bashment scene. I do stuff in the R&B scene. Don't forget next week, London Igloo, 15th, Empire Banquet and Suites. Quick plug. You done no stretch. I know you don't mind that. Bring your own bottle. Come along, man.
Oh, definitely.
Bring your own bottles, bro.
I'll definitely come through. You get me? I'm definitely gonna come through. But you know what? We're gonna wrap it up on that now.
No, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Definitely, bro. Nice. Definitely, bro. Send it to Charlie J as well, the Brothers House team. Theo Stretch Lewis. Make sure to click subscribe on the Locate Your Shoot page, www.locateyourshoot.com. Mr. Coldsteps, and we're off.
Shout to the Locate Your Shoot family. How you mean?
Oi, Charlie.
Hear them jingles.
No honey, no, no honey, no honey, no honey.
How we feeling? Skip. Vibes and energy. Straight through your speaker on a Sunday afternoon. How we feeling, vibes.